Hey, y'all. This is your girl, CT Connects. Yep, that is me. Listen, I had to go live. I could not, I had to calm down because I wanted to get into this and I'm flabbergasted. I shouldn't be, though. I shouldn't be. So let me just jump on in. For those of you who may not know why I'm so hyped right now. So I shared on my Facebook page, and I give a big shout out to my fellow YouTubers, especially those of you who I tend to follow. And I really enjoy, just learning different things from different people. And so the Trey King Show, big shout out to him. Y'all definitely check out his podcast, his YouTube channel. It is so good. He spoke about this Pastor Jakeem or Jakeem Bowman of Bennetville, South Carolina. He was caught cheating on his wife with one of the church members. Now, when the Trey King Show reported on this, I didn't get the part about him being married, so that kind of really adds insult to injury. But yeah, so anybody in Bennetville, South Carolina, if you happen to tap on in with me tonight, please feel free to share your thoughts, especially if you know him, especially if you are from South Carolina. So, getting into this story, y'all, this is how we found out, right? This dude is just as bad as Young Thug and everybody else that we've been talking about, putting all of these stuff, this stuff, and the things in their music. All of they're telling on themselves. Everybody's telling on themselves these days. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like I'm so hyped. I have to calm down. And the reason why I have to calm down is because I am sick and tired of people saying you can't call people out who are pastors. You can't say the church has this going on. Because, first of all, I get it. This is not the church. This guy right here, he's not the church. However, let's be real. He's representing the church. He is saying, I am this pastor, and I have these people that are coming to church on Sundays and working hard all week and giving me an offering and paying me tithes and hearing me preach about doing what you're supposed to do and how you're supposed to sacrifice yourself for other people. And especially you being pastor Joaquin, you're supposed to be the one really being the true example of self-discipline and how to deny yourself. Well, really, if you married, you didn't have to deny yourself. So, and then my other question is, so y'all, there's a video on Facebook. The video on Facebook, and the pastor puts up this video. First, it's a video of him preaching in the pulpit, got the guy on the organ. Then it just goes quickly to this girl. Oh, I didn't even realize. So now you see her laying sideways, and I guess her top. I don't see no bottom. Ooh. And he records not her face. Oh, he caught her in the mirror. I see what he did. He caught her. He didn't catch her face, but he catches her feet. And then he mouths, for those of you who can read lips, like my homeboy said earlier, he says, I beat that up with this pleasant smile. Like he is proud. Like he just graduated, y'all. Like he just got his diploma. Like what? What? So you got to be at her house because if you marry, you ain't crazy. Well, I don't even say that, but I'm upset. I am upset. I am upset because you have people that are going to this man's church, and like I said in the post, and I ain't even gonna hold you. I found this guy. I was looking at trying to see what's going on, like, and I'm looking at his page, and it's mad people, of course, that started going on his page and kind of checking him out and saying stuff about, how, it's just a hypocrite. And let me tell you, one of the things that I said was, I would rather listen to God rest his soul, Kevin Samuels, because at least Kevin Samuels was honest. At least Kevin Samuels said what the heck was on his mind. At least Kevin Samuels said This is what I feel. This is why I feel that way. Now, in my opinion, did I feel like Kevin Samuels had some degrees of hypocrisy? Yeah. I only said that because of the way and the situation of how he got caught with this chick that wasn't, she didn't know him. And, I don't know what the heck that was about. But from the way he talked, that didn't seem like his type. So now, yeah, but at the same time, at least he wasn't saying, I'm not out here getting buns. At least he didn't say, I'm out here being monogamous to one person. At least Kevin Samuel said, hey, girl, if you got yourself set up in a situation like this, Trick, you losing in life. At least he called a freaking spade, and to your face. This dude right here, those are the ones you got to watch. Those are the dangerous ones. And I'm tired of it. I have been in a church where you get verbally abused. I've seen other people go in ministry and come out of ministry verbally abused, pastorally abused, emotionally abused, mentally attacked. And I'm angry at him, but then I'm also kind of like soft hearted towards the people who feel manipulated by this liar. Yep, I said it. Mm-hmm. I sure did. And I'll say it again. He's a liar. So I said this on a post on my Facebook page before. Don't pray for me and you a liar, because Satan is the father of all lies. So if you praying for me, then you operating under the spirit of the evil one. And listen, honey, there's enough negative energy going around where I don't need nobody like that praying for me. So, for everybody that was under the sound of his voice, y'all better pray right now that God would undo whatever the enemy's plan was by him speaking whatever over your life, because it was tainted. Let's be real, it was tainted. And then some people may even now be struggling in sexual sins or sexual impurities that they didn't even deal with before they even got around this spirit. Y'all don't even understand how deep this is. It's deep. And that's why I had to say something. So I'm not like God. I'm not God, but I ain't gonna lie to you. I said I was coming up here to talk about it, and I did. And I said my piece. And a lasting word for anybody who is in ministry, who grew up in ministry like myself. You grew up in faith. You grew up holding on to something bigger than yourself. You grew up just like the wind, knowing that it exists because you feel it, but you can't see it. This is the hope of inspiration. And the last message that I'll say on this topic. When I went through something and I had an atheist, he was facing cancer and he was a realtor at the time. I hadn't even gotten my license yet. I had just started working at this new real estate office, his broker's office. And I had gone through a divorce, and I just had to start over in life. I don't know if anybody has gone through a divorce or split up from someone that you've been with for a long time in life, but you literally have to start your life over. So I'm coming into this, real estate office where there were many, many beautiful people, well-established people. They had been there for many, many years. I mean, you're talking about generations of realtors. And then here I come, not fitting in visually, if you know what I mean. And I mean, I was loved on, but one day this man, he was one of the biggest realtors, one of the biggest sellers, top seller, had the biggest office. Y'all in real estate, if you got the big office and you in real estate, that means you got the biggest sales. And so he calls me into his office, and no one was supposed to know that he was facing cancer. So when he called me in his office and he asked to speak with me, of course, I didn't think he was going to say anything like that, but part of me felt like he was. I don't know how I knew, but I didn't know, but it was just a weird kind of sensation. So when he called me in and he says, Cindy, I see you come in here every day, and I mean, let's be honest, like we see that, you're here, you're starting over in life, you're working hard, you come in every day with this smile on your face, and I don't have a belief in anything, and I want to know, what is your story? And so it moved me because he said, he shared something very personal with me. And he said, I'm facing something in life, and I don't have any faith in anything. And I really don't know what to do. I don't know how to feel. I don't even know, I just want to ask you, what keeps you coming in here and smiling? And I share some of my story. And for those of you who don't know my story, I talk about it candidly in some of my previous, posts and some of my previous, videos. So make sure you can go and check that out at any time. And so once I finished sharing with him, and the majority of it was church hurt, the majority of it was hurt beyond anyone could ever imagine. And he looked at me and he said, "So after all of that, you mean to tell me that you still believe in something? You still come in here smiling every day? I don't understand. How are you able to do that?" And I said to him, I said, "Well, let me just be honest with you. If I was to take a sign or, some type of advertisement and have your name on it, and I'm standing in front of everybody and I say, this is who I am, I say that I'm you, and I tell them to bring me their money and I'll get them a house. And I have these people who believe in me. They go and they're going under the pillowcases and under the mattresses and in the couch, pillows and finding their pennies and breaking their children's piggy banks, and they're bringing me all that they have and everything that they've saved up, and they're believing in me, and they're taking their little and they're praying that I can make it much. And they bring it to me, and I say, I'm going to be back and I'm going to have you a keys to this house. And when I come back, I come up driving up in a little punch buggy. It's powder blue and rustied out. You can see the floor, you can see the ground from the inside of the car. It's all messed up. And I say, here you go. This is what I said I'm bringing you. And they say, that's not what you said you're bringing me. This is not what I expected. You lied to me. You took everything I had and you manipulated me. You caused me harm. Now my family is damaged. And I had to remind him, when it comes to my faith, that does not take away from how good this guy really was by me misrepresenting him. And so when it comes to this church hurt, guys, we got to remember that everybody saying that they are his children and they have your best interest and they want what's best for you, first and foremost, you got to understand they are not coming in the name of the true one, because they are misrepresenting him when this type of stuff happens. They're misrepresenting him. So take your anger out in the right direction. It is not him that is doing these things. It's not him. Yes, we may say he allows it all, but you got to remember, even Job, he allowed him to be tested. He allowed him to go through a trial, but that's because he had already given Job everything he needed to accomplish and to pass that test. He had faith in Job because he knew who he was, just like he knows who we are. So don't you forget who he said you are, and don't ever get so caught up in being defined by who somebody else tells you are. And for Nikki, the lady that Pastor Joaquin said, Nikki, are you okay? Are you okay? Nikki, are you okay? I want you to pick your head up too, boo, because guess what? We all fall down, but we can get up as long as we can look up. This is your girl, CT Connects. Y'all stay close. Love you.